Hello, and welcome back to the Chamber Vibes podcast. I'm your host, Foster Garrett, Director of Marketing and Events for the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome. Let me just give you a rundown of what's going on. So every week, I interview a different chamber member to find out what they do and why they do it. Recorded right here in beautiful Bedford, Virginia, recorded in broadcasting on Grocery FM, and brought to you by Media Squatch. Before we get to the actual podcast, though, I do want to tell you about one of our upcoming chamber events. If you've been listening to the podcast regularly, then you know that last week we had our biggest fundraiser and gathering of the year, the 85th annual gala. It was amazing, and I was so burnt out by the end, and it felt so nice to go to sleep that night and just know that we had an amazing time, and we had so many people attend, so many leaders in our community. It was so incredible to see all the award winners finally realize that, hey, people nominated them for something that's really amazing, and to see not only them receive their awards, but just come together as a community in that room. So it was really amazing. Congratulations to all of our winners and all of our nominees. You can go on social media and learn more about it and see all the photos, because the photos are truly wonderful and they tell a great story. But now that we're done with the gala, we do have some upcoming events. Our fall is always really busy and our spring is really busy. So the gala was kind of just the tipping point, despite it being the largest event of the year. So next week, next Thursday, September 26th, we will actually be here at Media Squatch for an event. It will be our Smart Marketing No Budget, No Problem event. The Smart series is an educational series that we base all the topics off of what our members request in the annual membership survey for things that they need to know more about, or things they just think might benefit themselves or other businesses or nonprofits in our community. And one of those topics is always marketing. But what is marketing? There's so much that goes into it. There's so many different things that you can do. But usually, when I'm talking to small business owners and nonprofits and individuals that are trying to really build their own profile, a lot of them don't have a budget to really do paid advertising or anything like that. And sometimes people don't even know where to start. So this event is a really great way to put a lot of wonderful people in a room together, learn about what everybody's doing, why do you do it, who are you trying to reach, and what is your brand? Do you have a brand? We're going to kind of build all of those things and answer a lot of different questions that people might have or might not know that they have, so that everybody can leave there either leveled up or with a great plan in place and really understanding who their organization is and how they can then proceed and kind of expose themselves and let more people know about what they're doing and make a little bit of commotion in our community profile. So it should be a really amazing event. Like I said, it is September 26th from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here at Media Squatch. If you're a chamber member, it's free to attend. And if you're a non-member, it's only $10. So it should be amazing. Me and Woody are going to be leading it. So it should, if nothing else, be a fun time. But you can find our full calendar of events on bedfordareachamber.com, and there's all sorts of information on there. But if you want to know more, you can contact us at the chamber, and I will drop our phone number at the very end for you. So make sure to listen all the way through. But without further ado, please allow me to introduce today's guests, Prince and Annie with Annie's Indian Kitchen. Welcome.
Thank you.
Guys. Hello.
Hello.
I know we've been sitting here talking for a little bit. It feels kind of strange to say good morning to you again.
Yes.
But I know we've had some really good conversations, but can you just introduce yourselves for our guests and tell them a little bit about your background?
Sure.
Hey, this is Prince Arvind, and my wife Annie is here. Easy to call is Prince and Annie. And this is an amazing moment that we have through the chamber, an opportunity to introduce ourselves to the community. And thank you for
Of course.
She's so kind. I'm telling you, she will make you feel easy to talk. She did a very good debriefing before we started talking and made us comfortable. And we have another person here. I didn't know his name. He's doing an amazing recording here. And the one thing that I see in him is he's very gentle and smiling all the time, which makes me feel very comfortable. And there's a quick thoughts before I go into our history about what is Annie's Indian Kitchen and how did it come into existence. I want my wife to say a few words before I even step in.
Yeah. So, like my husband said, Prince and Annie, we both are the chefs, the only chefs at Annie's Indian Kitchen. And the way we found the Annie's Indian Kitchen, my husband will be elaborating it, but it's a beautiful story. And we are located in the forest area. If you have not come by, I would appreciate like you can step in and experiences the different food that we are making. And Annie's Indian Kitchen is totally Southern Indian.
Mhm.
So many of the people come to our restaurant and ask about, do you have naan? We tell them, no, we have paratha. That's because it's two different, totally different food style. And people love it once they taste it. And then we are also, my husband has completed his PhD in social work. And he loves to reach out to community. And we also are we came to America for missions. That's the reason we are here. We wanted to just bless people, make sure that we reach out to them and see their need. And one of the area we saw was like they love the different flavors in our food, and that's one of the area why we wanted to do Annie's. To be honest, the entire building of Annie's is my husband's complete energy in it, and he also helped me to see that the hiding business entrepreneurship in me. And the first push, like the hard push of the rock, was done by him. So he went into it as a single person, of course, praying and taking help from God and reaching out to different levels and making sure he launched it. And he's going to also tell like how, don't worry about it, because I was so happy to hear from Foster like that the Thursday event. She was saying about no funds or no problem. You were using
Oh
a
yes,
word.
no budget, no problem.
Yeah, no budget, no problem. So that's typically us.
Yeah.
We didn't have a big budget to start this. And I will not use the word we for starting because it's all done by my husband. So I was at the back, little scary, looking at what he's doing. Are you sure? Are you sure? It's like your truck is clipped to you're on the cliff, and then he's saying, don't worry, I can put it back. And you're like, are you sure? That's how it was. That's the experience. I want to be honest. I don't want to fake it. So I was at the back though, but at the same time trying to play a safe game, like, why not we do it at home? Why not we do it in a less budget? Why not we just find a kitchen? I did all my best to stop him to not go big.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like most of the time I felt like but the way my husband thinks is like, don't be afraid, let's go. We need to do it. Of course, there'll be sometimes you may not be able to do the exact result, but if you don't try, you never see it. So that's a motivation I saw in my husband, and he kept doing it. Like he was not afraid of the past failures. He was like, oh, maybe that's what I missed, so I'm going to try again. So that energy in him to keep trying and not to give up till he launches it or locates what it is all about, and I have to find it, something is there. So technically, when we are looking for a spot to start a church, and that's when that entire thought came, why not we do a restaurant? Many people came and asked, hey, we don't have Southern Indian, please look at this. It was easy, but then when he went forward and he did, and then meanwhile I could see I was preparing myself at the background, even though I was afraid. It's something like, it's more like a voice out, like saying, do it afraid. Even though you're afraid, you know it's going to bring some result, do it afraid. So that's my husband. And you know what, like I have my master's in rehabilitation science from India, and I did a master's in human service counseling at Liberty.
Oh wow.
And then as soon as I did my master's, you know where I went? I didn't go for looking out for a job. I, of course, worked with Liberty for some time and really helped me with customer, like how to talk to guests, because I used to always see that there is a different way our American friends communicate and we communicate. And most of the time we end up having some like, did you understand that? Kind of. To be honest, when I was working, I had a situation where someone said, does it make sense? It felt for me like, they are asking me, do you have common sense? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in India, we
Yeah.
don't use such terms. And then I gave the freedom to my friends, my team members, to correct me, teach me. So that helped me to understand the way of communication. So the time I worked with Liberty, I did my schooling. It helped me a lot. Little did I know that as soon as I finish, I'm going to go into Annie's.
Mhm.
So everybody was like, oh, you have a human service counseling degree. You should be looking out for a job. You can make money. And you should be like fine, you will make a lot of money. But then the decision I had to make was, no, I think that's not the right thing. So then I prayed, took direction, and that's how I took. My husband never asked me like, oh, don't go for a job, come and help me. He never told that. I found space to go and help him, but he always said, you pray and decide, you make your decision. And if you feel this is where you should be, then I would welcome you to join. So technically he handled almost a year and a half on his own,
Oh, wow.
all alone, doing the dishes, cleaning, serving the people, cooking. So it was a lot of energy that was spent. I used to show up in the evening whenever I get time out from my work. So that is what we are, the combination. Like he's a like go-getter, like go, go, go. And I'm like, let me think, organize, put it in order. So technically that entire system worked very well for Annie's. We stay in our lanes and then we are going forward. That's what I want to share up between like what is exactly our background.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. I think it's so interesting already. And I know this will come up again as we continue to speak, but how everything starts to fall in place in ways that you don't expect,
Correct.
but in the best ways.
That's right.
You cannot predict where life is going to lead you. And I don't know. I think people are very surprised when you say, what your education is in. But then you talk about your business and it doesn't show up in obvious ways. You have to go and experience Annie's to understand.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So technically, like when you are done a doctorate and master's and you think like you have to be on a white collar job, like go to an office where there's AC, sit on the table, talk to people. That's what you imagine. So whenever like students come to a restaurant, we ask them, hey, how many years to graduate? And then some say, I'm almost getting closer to my graduation. Are you excited? And some people, like, it was surprising for me to hear from them. They said, I really don't know what I'm going to do after graduation. And I'm like, what do you mean? You looked into this program and you said you want to do this and you're not knowing like what you want to do. I don't know. I'm so stressed. Maybe I look for a job, but I see my heart is not there. I'm not able to locate myself. So whenever we get a little bit time, we dialogue across the table, like when we go serve or when they're coming for billing. And so when I used to encourage them, even my husband used to encourage them saying, hey, see what you can do joyfully. What just flows automatically. So move from the zone of looking for some job that'll give you a lot of money, but rather look into your passion and start following it. It might be hard because you're going to build from the scratch, but if you're honest and faithful, you will be there. So, because they're surprised when they hear like, did you do a human service counseling and you're doing dishes? You don't do that? I said, no, I make sure I do my dishes properly because I know a lot of people come here like home trust and they eat thinking that everything is clean.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to make sure I do a good job while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, even the floor, even the tables. We want to make sure we do the best. We don't want them to make them feel uncomfortable. So keep it like home. And that's really nice. So it took a time for me. Like I was hesitant to answer people like human service counseling and what does it have to do with the restaurant? I said that helped me to understand because one of the class I did was on cultural engagement. I learned about how people come from different cultures. So you might be missing on something. So the more the elaborate knowledge of culture you can talk, there are different languages you can use, like the way you serve, the way you ask them questions or make them feel comfortable. So that's a lot of service I'm doing. Like for me, human service counseling it's not like sitting across the table and you have a client across you and you're just taking notes. It's not that for me. For me, it's like if I could make a masala chai and this go serve them hot and the smell coming in and they sip and they say, wow, you made my day. I feel like I did a great job.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of notes on the table saying, hey, I needed this smile and encouragement this day. And You don't know what I was going through, but thank you for being so kind. And the tea just energized me. So that's the thing I'm seeing as the service I could do for the fellow human beings around me.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to serve people.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Prince, tell
Yeah,
you guys mentioned that you came here to start a church.
Yep.
So take me all the way back. Tell me how it all started.
wonderful. I just have one quick question I need to ask my wife.
I'll be honest, okay?
Please go.
Even though Foster is leading the whole show, but it's still, I would like to post a question.
Yes,
to my
please.
wife, because you have been mentioning South Indian,
Uh-huh.
but there is a lot of confusion in people saying South Indian means they think about Hyderabad
Mm-hmm.
and Hyderabad food. They call it a South Indian.
Yeah, and also Karnataka.
And Karnataka. But what you really mean by South Indian?
Okay, so we are the deep down southern part of India. So the states that I'm representing and my husband is representing is I'm from Kerala
Mhm.
and my husband is from Tamil Nadu. Beautiful different cuisines. Like we change order of the spices even between our two states.
Mm.
So one of the greatest item we make for based on my state is the Kerala coconut chicken curry, where I use only coconut oil
Mhm.
and coconut milk. Because anyone who has issues with dairy, they straight away go to that option, and I can customize it like mild, medium, spicy, and definitely there will be spices, but they will not feel it. They'll feel the flavors, but it's not going to be like, oh, it's spicy kind of thing.
Mhm.
It's nice. So I take the menus in the Kerala style, and my husband is going to do it in the Tamil Nadu style. Yeah, that's beautiful flavors.
I really thank you and appreciate for the thought, because there's a big confusion. People come here and ask for Hyderabad food. Hyderabad is not a South India. Hyderabad it's a little south, but more of it's a central India, and the hottest food people eat is only in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
In the whole of India. What is the difference? People come and ask me, what is the difference between North Indian food and South Indian food? It is not North Indian food and South Indian food. It is up north and down south.
Mm.
South India, that too in Tamil Nadu, is more to do with variety of spices we add, but your tongue will not burn. It is only a flavor.
Gotcha.
And you will not feel the heat. Heat, people think here is you need to sweat, you need to cry, you need to drink more water and sodas while eating. No. What is heat is when you have flavors
Mhm.
in layers, and when you eat it, you get that feel. I cannot explain you that by words, because it's an experience by itself. Annie's Indian kitchen means you cannot replace what we do with other things. You eat once, you carry it for your lifetime. You may be only once you have visited in your lifetime, but you will talk about it without your knowledge to others. That is the power of Annie's. Annie's is not big. Annie's is all about love. Annie's is all about passion. Annie's is all about making you a hero.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I think now Prince will get back to the story of the church. Like, how did the launching of missions, like a church, turned into an Annie's Indian kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, like Foster has to actually do the, anchoring, but me and my wife does the competitive
Feel-
anchoring. That's wonderful. Okay. One thing is like there is an origin for this Annie's Indian Kitchen. Annie's Indian Kitchen did not come up overnight.
Mhm.
There's a history behind this beautiful small Indian kitchen. First is in early 1920, a missionary named Raymond Dudley. He is the one who got the call of God and came to India to do missions through Majura Missions. It's an American mission. And he looked at the need of the place, and they have assigned him for one of the villages near Madurai. And that's how he came into my village. When he came into my village, there was no schools.
Mhm.
There was nothing attractive in that place. The interesting part is this Raymond Dudley is a well-off man in America. He came all the way believing God has called him, and he lived in a hut for some time to serve the people, try to learn the language. And my grandfather was the first soul that he got.
Oh, wow.
So the whole village, my grandfather was the first person. And he started communicating with them. And my grandfather was a very proactive
Mhm.
and social person. So he was connecting the missionary with the local people and trying to gather more, flow with his thoughts and things like that. They started a Sunday school.
Oh, wow.
That's how they started to do it. And then slowly they went into go for a school where my grandfather really wanted to do the education, but he didn't have money to do it.
Mhm.
So the missionary had one trip of raising support. So he came to America again to raise some support. So he went and spoke in one of the churches. There was a small little girl in a Sunday school. She lifted up her hand. Her name is Clara. And she lifted up her hand and said, I can give $12. The $12 is the need. She was been saving $1 per month and kept her with
Oh,
her.
wow.
And she wanted to give that to my grandfather. My grandfather's name is Mahayandi, which is a typical community name. But that name was not so attractive. So the missionary gave the name as James.
Mm.
So in my name, you can see the second last name is James, and the last name is Chelapa,
Mhm.
my dad's name. So I have my grandfather's name, my dad's name, and my name.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we carry that as a legacy,
Mhm.
how everything went on. And he started knowing God. And my grandmother was also in the school. And she also accepted Jesus as a personal savior. So missionary thought, okay, since these two people are in the same faith, we will put them together in marriage.
Mm.
So the missionary only put my grandfather and grandmother to united, and that's how the whole episode started. That's why I'm here. My grandfather had 11 children,
Mm.
and eighth child was my dad, and he's the first male.
Oh, wow.
And so that's why they called him Chellappa. Chellappa means it's a pet name.
Mhm.
A beloved one or much loved
Uh,
in
God.
their
Oh,
language.
that's very
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, that's how he. But my grandfather was being given an assignment by the missionary
Mm.
in late 1950s, when he left to America back after
Oh,
his
wow.
mission
So
work
he came in the
of 30,
20s and he left
35
in the
years.
50s.
Yeah.
That's a very long time.
Mm.
Wow.
So he lived, and when he was leaving, he said, I want you to send at least one of your family member in the years to come back to United States as a missionary,
Oh, wow.
because that time we really need missionaries. So you have to send. So he took that oath. So in 2003, which is at the age of 99 plus, he asked me, hey, they call me Arvind. That's my middle name. Will you be able to go to United States as a pastor? I said, God has already told me and I'm going to go. So he put his hand on my hand and said, what the missionary Raymond Dudley asked for, I'm transferring it in your hands.
Oh, wow.
So when I moved in 2003 for my education, I just came here for some time for a training. When I landed here, I called my grandfather. I said, I have already landed as a family. He said, I'm taking off. So within 10 days or so, he died.
Oh, my.
He said, I'm not going to live anymore. This is what I was waiting for.
He passed it on to you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
That's
So,
quite moving.
Yeah. So that's how I received this call. Today I'm sitting here. I want to tell you, my friend, because this country has invested 100 years back, I am a seed of your country. I may be an Indian by origin, but I am not. I am an American, because the seed is an American seed.
That is incredible. That is, I've never met anybody that has that type of story. And it's quite amazing how 3 generations of work has been passed down to you, and it's impacted your life greatly.
Yes.
So have you been here since 2003?
No, I came here for a training, and then I went back, and 2014 I came back again.
Okay.
For ministry and other purpose. That time I met a church, and then they were willing to sponsor me. So that's how I came back. They heard my story and they said, that's very interesting. And if you feel that the Lord has want to bring you here, here is like American homeland security is very tight.
Oh, yes.
So they don't generally give visas so easily. So when people say it is God's will that I have to go to America to do missions, we all laugh, because God is sitting in the homeland security in the embassy.
Oh, man.
Because there they decide.
Yes.
Officer decide in 3 minutes. Your destiny is decided in 3 minutes. So when I went, I said, Lord, you really want me to be there? I said, I'm open, Lord, whatever you want to give. So they didn't. When I went there, I was just asking, okay, they're going to ask questions. And this, they looked at me and said, thank you for coming back to America. I said, you didn't say no to me. God said, it is me. It is not they. It's I who sit in the embassy. I know who needs to go, who can be a blessing to the country. I decide.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's not the officers. Officers are being driven by God. So it was so amazing. I came over here, learned how to do mulch, how to clean the gardens, how to maintain trees, how to maintain chairs and woods, because our country and climate is totally different.
Yeah.
My pastor was so passionate and he trained me hard. After that, my whole thing got changed in me. And that's how I finished my assignment in Charlottesville for 5 years, being a pastor. And then the Lord told me, I want to go to Northern Virginia. God said, Lynchburg. I said, Lynchburg doesn't have anything.
That's what people think.
Yeah.
Why should I go? He said, no, I need you to go to Lynchburg. So I didn't come to Lynchburg just like that. God told me 1 year before,
Mhm.
I want you to be in Lynchburg. So every month we drive to Lynchburg to come have a coffee. The coffee is for to bless the city.
Mm.
We want to put a seed into the city. That's why we buy something, and
Gotcha.
and also we give enough and more tips
Mhm.
because we want to bless the community through that. Okay, do small help, and that's what we did for 1 year.
Wow.
Every month we visit. That's a prayer round that we did.
Yeah. I used to come with Prince, and then we used to have a good ride, pray for the city, pray for the university, pray for all the young people in the different universities, and go back because we just wanted to keep doing that, blessing
Mhm.
that place first. So that instead of what you hear about the experience of people about that city, you will start actually seeing the goodness of the city.
Mhm.
So that really helped. And also, I wanted to add, like when Prince was saying, we had to return when we came first time. We returned because we were struggling with like because we came as a family and our children were very young. We have two children, John and Debbie, and our daughter is getting married the next week.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's
So
amazing.
they were very small, especially our daughter was like 1.5 years.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any medical facilities
Yeah.
and a lot of restrictions. And of course, we had an opportunity to work technically illegally.
Mhm.
So we both had this understanding like, no, if we are permitted to work and we have license to work, then we will do it. If it is anything illegal, we don't want to do it because we had this alarm in our mind that we are coming in here for mission. So be respectful of the law of the land and then see if God will help you through that. If not, it's better to go back. Another thing Prince had in his mind is he didn't want to stay alone here. He said, I don't want to stay alone building the missions while I leave my family with somebody else. Then I'm going to miss a part of it. So I want it to be like wherever we are, we be together as a family and then look up to God for help. So that's the reason we returned. Another thing is about when he was saying about the mission experiences. I'm so thankful he learned about mulch, he learned about cleaning, he learned because I'll tell you that paid a lot back because we were thinking about the missionary who went back to rescue the generation of my husband because he had to literally reverse everything. No toilet tissues. And he first thing he learned the languages is like on the sand. He was learning because there's no other way he can
Yeah.
communicate. He needs to know the language. And the heat, great sacrifice. He's never going to get any of the best like donuts or anything there in that time. Yes. So he made a lot of sacrifice. So when we came here and the weather and everything that was coming back, we thought, okay, this is supposed to be, it's a time to give back. So we are going to learn to adapt to it, learn to adjust to it. So I'm just adding to what Prince, it just came up in my mind. I wanted to add it to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think those are great points because not only is the culture so different, but the climate. And I feel like I think we've talked about this briefly before, how a lot of Americans we're not as globally knowledgeable. It's not something that we're taught. Our country is so large that it's just literally half a continent. So people don't often think about anything outside of what they see. And these are things that aren't usually considered. And it's not just Americans, it's really anybody.
That's right.
But I think it's amazing that you guys knew this is what you wanted to do and you prepared for it
That's right.
and you changed your entire lives. And we're so happy to have you in our community, genuinely.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the interesting part is, I always talk about Reverend Raymond Dudley, but I don't know who are the family members here living in America.
Yeah, that's right.
We tried all our best to find out. His name is written in the book. It's in Harvard University. Everything is there, but I keep coming to these kind of medias and talk about him, believing one day some of the grandkids will hear, hey, he's talking about my grandfather or my great grandfather, and somehow I want to see them.
Yeah.
So every opportunity I take to talk about Reverend Raymond Dudley is because at least one of their family members will hear and say, hey, this is a seed of my great grandfather or the grandfather.
Oh, that's so incredible. It's almost like he's a part of your family.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That'll be that'll be more
Yes.
So I'm actually searching for them.
Oh, I know a couple of Dudleys, so I'll have to ask them.
Oh
I
yeah.
will ask them.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well,
Maybe. Yeah.
we've talked a lot about Annie's and how it came together, but I'm interested to know some more about some of the specific parts of Annie's. I know that you mentioned earlier about premium dining,
Yes.
so I would love to hear more about that.
Yes. So the thing is, like, when people walk into Annie's, they look up the menu, they don't know what it is all about.
Mhm.
So, for example, if they say butter chicken, they are aware of it. Like, most of the people know butter chicken. But when we say Amma chicken curry, that is named after my mother in law, that's why we call it Amma, which means mom's recipes behind, chef's mom's recipes behind that. And today is her birthday.
Oh,
She's no
wow.
more. She's no more, but she's a great cook. And I'm surprised on her birthday, we are in an atmosphere like this because she loves doing podcasts. I've been with her doing dramas over the thing.
Oh,
Which is
really?
more like, which
Yeah.
is more mission oriented. And she is like, I'll tell you, she makes it more interesting. It's so
Yeah.
nice to work with her. And it's one way, like, it's a good thing. Like, we didn't ask for this date. It naturally it came up. I'm just thinking about it. So when people ask about Amma chicken curry and things like that, and we can alter those kind of curries in different levels. So there are some guests, after they dine in with us, like a few times, they asked, is there anything else? Then we elaborate it. There, for example, you will not see some recipes like mutton chukka, which is like goat. We make it in such a wrapped way with cumin and pepper and everything. That's that's a very, very important recipe from the Tamil Nadu style. It's very good. And then they see the lemon rice and coconut rice we make. But there is also other thing like a watery, it's more like a soup, which we call rasam. We make that. So when people ask, like, give a budget and ask us, we ask them questions like, what are you allergic to? Do you like fish or no? No shrimp or yes? And then we put it across for them and then we serve. So these guests, they say, surprise us. That's all they say. We get the outline. Spice level, we get it. Allergies, we get it. And then we set it up. They book it, like, for example, our website allows you to, like, reserve a dine-in. And then at the end, they will say, we leave it to the chef. And then, and then they also give us a budget. Like, we also communicate over the phone. People can communicate over the phone and then ask us, and then we dialogue. So they're all ready. And then when they come, it's going to be all variety on the table. So those are the menus I will call hidden menus. So I would say just ask for the chef specials and the hidden menus and ask us to surprise you and tell the number and tell the budget, and we'll make sure you have a variety on the table. So guests love it. And that's why, like, recently there was a family, they dined in and they put that on the website, and the week after, someone came and showed the picture. Do you have this today? And I said, hey, that's a part of the premium dine-in. Like, people ask for some specific. So I would encourage, like, anybody who has not yet tried Annie's, if they want to come by, and then if they have a budget and the number of people, and if they want to set it up ahead of time for a weekend, like Friday or Saturday, we can definitely do it. And they will have a great experience. What you see in the menu is not just the list of items we do. We do so many hidden things. Yes.
That is so cool.
Yes.
I love that too.
Yes.
I love that people are so willing to put themselves out there and be like, oh, I just want to ask.
Yes.
Because I think people are often intimidated. I think 2020 especially, like, we lost a lot of our interpersonal connection with each other, and it's so hard now to kind of sometimes just ask. It never hurts to ask.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And when people are standing in the front looking at the menu, me and Prince, we put a line saying, hey, if you want us to help you, we would definitely help you. Because we don't want them to, like, look confused, like, is this the one I want? Is this the one? Then we explain, and whatever combination is there, sometimes, like, most of the time, my husband will formulate a new combination and give them. So we
awesome.
encourage them to ask.
Yeah.
So we just put a word of encouragement, say, hey, if you need help, ask us. We can set it up for you.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You talked earlier about how I made you feel comfortable. You guys make everybody that comes in your door feel comfortable. That's amazing.
That's one of the, like, a goal of Annie's. Like, don't make them feel uncomfortable. And some people are hesitant, like, oh, budget.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you see Annie's, like people calculate, maybe their budget itself is 20 for one person. And then we have some lunch combos, and people think that, okay, once there is something on the menu, that's all I'm going to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing Annie's is breaking. Like we are like, no, 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 that's not how it works. You have a question, ask.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more relevant to like the scripture says, ask and it will be given to you.
Mhm.
That's how it is. Like we encouraging it. And as you said, of course, yeah, people are a little scared to like ask. They think, oh, that's all I can ask. I don't think I should go and ask them out. They feel it is a trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But for chefs, they are very excited if you really saying, hey, can I have this? That's why we keep calling Annie's as home kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like home kitchen. We keep adding that.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And I feel like you two work very well together.
Yes. Yes. So I also want to talk about it. We both are like two strong people
Mm-hmm.
in the same place. So initially it was like, oh, why are you doing like this? No, this is not. And then after like a 6 to 8 months, so some people said, I'm amazed how you, husband and wife, you look at each other at the house and then the workplace. Don't you think that's crazy? That'll make you crazy. And I was like, maybe that's something new, another message we want to bring to the community. Most of the families break because people think husband and wife are two different components.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's like one person's plus is another person's minus. So it's more like go together kind of combination God has made. According to the scripture, it's like two becoming one. And that's what we were rediscovering even in our marriage. So technically, the ego clash. And when you both cook and we both make dishes, and so for some dishes, when Prince is cooking, I have to become the sous chef.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you want this? Do you want this? I've kept the spices close to you. And then when I'm cooking, like if I'm making Kerala coconut chicken curry and I'm cooking, there's no assistance. And Prince brings the chicken close to me, coconut milk close to me. So it's technically like stay in your own line and stay strong. I see it like a railway path.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different rails, but then there's some connection. You guys are separate, but still connected. So that's what I'm seeing, the energy between me and Prince. And months together working, I learned I have a different gift and he has a different gift. We make sure we don't cross borders. I don't want to restrict him in the way he flows in his gifted area. And he never stops me like flowing in my gifted area. So now we started seeing together working in one place needs more humility
Mhm.
and take your place in order, like follow the protocol. And I've never felt like Prince is like, okay, I'm the man of the house. So I get to say everything. That's not how we act in the business realm. Business area, the way we act is like the area I'm supposed to work like administration, like taking care of the entire. When you say spices, we don't get the ready-made mixes. We get the separate individual spices and then we combine it based on how we should give it to the community. There is a lot of work going on between like preparing the butter chicken sauce. It's a lot of step. The students who are volunteering, they say, wow, this is a lot of work you guys doing. I said, yes, that's why we call it home kitchen. We don't want, because whenever I sat with the American friends who talk about the olden America, I see that families together made a lot of stuff at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a season, say for example, Apple, they made their own cider. There's a lot of things they was doing. It's process. And that kept them together. That because they were like seeing one helping each other. So that's the same thing happens at Annie's. And so when we realized we too are strong and we have our own area of expertise, we stand there. I never try to go into the area like how Prince goes like with the administrative part on his end, and I do the administration when I say is inside the kitchen, like keeping the inventory and giving instruction to the people who are volunteering with us, training them. And then even in the training, we both play a separate role. Like he talks a lot about how to become an entrepreneur. I teach a lot about how you have to make sure even you clean a plate. Remember that do it as if you're doing it for the Lord. Don't rush it because, when you go serve people just blindly trust, even kids. Just
That's true.
So I want to make sure they're not hurt in any way, they feel comfortable. So that is imparting in the younger generation. Like that is respected. Maybe nobody's seeing you doing the dishes, but when you do it so clean and neat, that makes you feel like, okay, I'm doing great. That's again, you're reaching the community. So we feel great together, like working together. And I would encourage, unless you have two different area of work, If you guys like have a business or a vision to build together, I would say our story should encourage
Mhm.
many families not to give up like working together options, even though it looks scary initially. But then I feel like if you cannot adjust with your own family, I don't know like how you're going to adjust to the community. That's a whole lot difference. And I want our community to see that and get encouraged. Like even in our businesses, even in our neighbor, like for example, like the neighbor building businesses, we talk, they come and encourage us and we encourage them. Like we surprise them with a starter. Prince takes a starter and goes to the office and like, hey guys, I wanted to surprise you guys, take the starter. And they surprise us with like, hey, I got some oh, what is it, cakes. And I know you guys like may not be eating right away, but then I think you enjoy it. So we saw like, no, keep encouraging,
Mm-hmm.
keep the competitive spirit in a way that you're not hurting each other.
Yeah.
The competition should be, hey, keep going on, come on, don't give up. That's the competition we should have. Not like even like the other restaurants, like Indian restaurants, we never say, oh, we do better. Even when guests walk in and say, you guys are much better than the other one, we say, no, 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 they are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
We respect them, we respect their vision too, so we don't want to put them anyone. So that's how I will recommend, like
Yeah.
like that's a story, like our story, to say about if you are in a situation or called to work together, don't give up, just keep going on. Remember, keep your boundary, don't hurt each other's strong areas, or like if someone that stick on to your own gifted areas.
Mm-hmm.
Don't breach your borders, I will say
That's
that.
excellent.
Yes.
Well, I will say we do need to start wrapping up, but I
Okay.
know that there are some amazing things that
Yeah.
you have left to say.
Yes.
I know we wanted to talk about your volunteer program.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of an overview?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Annie was, thank you, Annie, that you have been sharing some important thoughts. We've been sitting and talking about Annie's Indian Kitchen, but the whole conversation is going back and forth for how to build a healthy family.
Mhm.
And Annie was constantly talking about relationships and the importance of relationships. Today, America's one of the greatest challenges, relationships. I met a guy, this comes in my mind, I just want to put it across. I met a guy in one of the stores. He said he's dating his wife for 23 years,
Mm.
but not married. And I asked him why, because his past marriage is gave him a challenge, so he still want to identify who is that girl is for 23 years.
23 years.
And I told him, no, you need to get married. The rest will happen after that.
Yeah.
No, sometimes she puts a towel on the hallway. I get really annoyed. I said, it's okay. That's a part of the game. That's a family. It's not an office. And we really see that this country is a beautiful country. We come from a different part of the world. When people come and talk to me about any politics or try to talk about any politicians, he is not good, he is good. I tell them only one thing: you did not know your blessing.
Mm.
For me, I always keep telling people, this country is not a country, this is a heaven. We come from a place like that.
Yeah.
So you don't even know what you're talking.
Mm.
The moment you start seeing things in depth, this is a land of opportunity. Number one. Number two, this is my thoughts, okay? I'm not saying you don't have it, but I'm saying my perspective about America. Number one, land of opportunity. Number two, land of gold.
Mm.
You whatever you take, you can convert that into dollar. You okay, say he gave me water today. Okay? This bottle, if I collect 100 bottles,
Mm-hmm.
I can make it into minimum $1. I can sell it. Just the crushed ones, give it to the right company, and the company take it for recycling, and then they give me money.
That's true.
So that's the foundation of he training the entrepreneurs,
Yes.
the volunteers.
Yes.
Like,
See, that's
for
what
sure.
I'm trying to bring in here is don't say I don't have a job. That means you're lazy.
Mm.
Don't say nobody helped me. My mom did not help me. My dad was an alcoholic. He was a drug addict. So I was kicked on the street. I was on the street. That's all reasons.
Mm.
The day you realize that you have a potential, you will not blame another person.
Yes.
I'm not preaching here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I need to tell people, if you want to be a blessing to your community, the first step you need to do is you need to see you are responsible for the current problem. How do I become responsible? You take a small portion of the current problem and you be a solution. Why do you want to project yourself as a problem? When somebody wants to walk to you, you need to be a solution. That's where I started thinking. When I was going and asking God, Lord, I want to start a church here because I want to bring the community. I want to talk about you. God said, thank you for your good thoughts.
Just demonstrate it.
The Lord told me, unless you demonstrate what you have in you, the talents that I have put in you, you are not going to talk about your creator. Talking about me means you need to show what I have given you. That needs to reflect first. And then I said, okay. And when I asked my guys to, my agency to help me out to look out for places, they took me. I was asking for a church place. He took me to a restaurant. And that's how I landed up in Foster Fuels campus. And I took over that and we built. And I really thank the owner who had a heart to give that place, because we are pastors and we don't have any money in our hands and we don't know what to do. But she trusted us.
Yeah.
And it is such a big trust. The volunteer program, the first thing, the volunteer program that I really want to speak. Before that, I want to give a little bit of briefing about how I landed up in my kitchen, because that is going to really make some people who are hearing this are sitting and thinking, since I don't have a big money in my hand, I cannot do my dream. To do your dream, Annie's is a model. To do your dream, you don't need money, you need a passion for it.
That's very true.
You speak your passion to people. Out of 10 people, you will at least get one who will respond to you. That's a marketing strategy. Every 10, one will respond positive. 9 will go negative, but one will do positive. So I started going to every bank asking for help, for loan. Everyone pushed me away. They said, you don't have a credit score. You cannot do it. This is impossible. We cannot trust you. All these words I heard from the banks. I'm telling you very honestly, because I was waiting for the day. I want to tell people, nobody will trust you. Nobody will trust your dream. But God has put the dream in you. So you need to trust first. You can do it with the help of God. And that's why I started my career. But Lynchburg is my ground to speak to people. Without anything, you can still start a business. I am the model. I'd taken the photo. I had minus $18 in my account.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the month
I've taken, because I'm writing a book of making things impossible.
Yeah.
Everything that we do has a reason behind it. I started from the scratch. I went and asking people for help. Nobody turned out. I said, I'm not going to give up, but I'm going to pray about it. So I started praying for 3 months continuously for some supernatural door to open. Suddenly, out of the blue, I helped somebody and he called me up from a different part of the country in US. And he called me and said, hey, Prince, what is your plan? How are you going to support your family? You didn't get a job. You're trying. But I said, I'm planning to open a restaurant. He said, your food is really good. I have taken food from you. So why not you do it? I said, how much you think that you need? People say $300,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
But if I can have kind of $30,000,
Mm-hmm.
I can start a kitchen. He laughed at me and said, Prince, you need minimum $300,000. I said, let it be whatever it is. I need something to start.
Mm-hmm.
And after a few days, he called me up and said, I can give you some loan for you. Try it. He gave me a small portion of fund. He asked me to start. That's how I started. I still run my kitchen without having a capital fund.
Yeah.
I don't have any money. Everyday sale is my billing cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I keep doing it. And one bank, I'm telling you, 1 year I struggled so hard after starting, but I did not give up.
Mm.
After 1 year, Russ was the manager for Pinnacle. He walked into my kitchen and he said, Prince, we are watching you for 1 year and we really want to support you. And they came up looking at the first year of our hard work. And then the second year, we didn't do any ad.
Mhm.
We didn't, because we don't have any money to do any
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
But we were very, very confident about the product.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have more infrastructure, but we had a taste in our hand.
Mm-hmm.
We have God in our hand. We had hard work in our hand. We appreciated other businesses. That's what we had in our hand to move forward. And second year, they walked in and they helped and they supported. Till now, Pinnacle is being a great support.
That's awesome.
They are pushing. Even this program, I didn't know there is a program like this.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Russ was asking me, Prince, do you know there's something like this? I said, no. You have to share your story to people.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you
true.
for having us. That's really amazing.
I
Of
really
course.
want to share and thank the whole team, Russ, Nikki. Oh, these people work like as if a own brother and sister. They are
Yes.
not, I never felt they are bank.
Mm-hmm.
They are not bank.
They're good people.
family.
They're good
Yeah.
people all the
Yeah.
way
And
through.
all the time they are very kind, and I don't know how he always says, don't take any decision on your own on finances. You have to come and ask me. Because, he takes so much to talk to me, and I really feel like my elder brother too. He sits and tells me everything. And I really appreciate it. If anybody wants to have a real time in finances and things like that, you have to visit Lynchburg Pinnacle Bank, where you have to go meet these couple of people.
It's not an intentional marketing. It's more like our experience.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is purely our experience.
Yeah.
And when we started it, I want to build young entrepreneurs. That's a dream.
Yes.
That's not overnight dream. This is from my childhood days. This has been in my dream. But we are all teachers' family. There is no business. But I married a business girl.
Yeah.
She
That's
comes from a complete
awesome.
business background.
And I said I'll never become a businesswoman. Look at me.
But I have a great passion to help people. I believe in sowing.
Mm-hmm.
I always believe without sowing, there is no reaping.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk, but if you don't sow, nothing is going to happen.
That's true.
Today, we support more than 100 children, and their lives are getting impacted.
Wow.
We have beautiful testimonies coming up, and we know what we are doing. We don't have money. Even now, I was going to different places to ask for, we need a rotational fund. Where can somebody help us? Because all we are doing for the community, we're still not getting it, but I'm not giving up.
Mm.
We are still growing. We are still growing. And I want to tell people, it is not overnight you become a millionaire. You have to face the struggle. You have to go through challenges that makes you strong.
That's right.
Today, I become an amazing consultant for entrepreneurs. Today, many people who walk in to my restaurant from Liberty, from University of Lynchburg, from Sweetbrae College, when students walk in, they come and sit with me and talk about how to do business. And I teach them and I also encourage them. I do all the consulting completely free of cost. I tell them you can still, and I know how many people have started business in local. The volunteer program for me is a mentoring program. They walk in and I talk to them directly. In 2 days, I give them 24 hours to hang around with me. Nothing you need to do. Just hang around with me. In 6 hours, I give them a paper saying, this is you, take it. And they read it and say, is it me? Yeah. And I explain every character, attributes, thought process they are going through. And I'll explain them. If you want to reach this place, the cost you need to pay is this. This is how you need to change your character. And many people have come in and many people have walked out. It is such a blessing for them as well as for us we are shaping the country in one part, sitting maybe like a shoe polish. I'm not stitching a suit, but I'm doing a shoe polish. At least somebody will look at the shoes and say, the shoe is good. That's what I do for this country. One small area of shaping people.
That's amazing. That's a great metaphor too. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, I have loved talking to both of you, and I feel like I've learned so much.
Thank you.
And I guess my final question is, if people want to learn more, if they want to meet you, if they want to get involved with you, if they want to support you, what's the best way to do that?
The best way to do is you can do two things. We have a non-profit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's called Jeremy Foundation Inc. And you can go online and you can do your donations and you can get a tax
exemption.
Exemptions, and you can submit, and we will give you a letter of thanks and the receipt.
And if they want to meet us, they can come to the Annie's Indian Kitchen.
You can come anytime to Annie's Indian Kitchen.
Just look for our working hours, please.
Yes.
Yeah, between 2:30 and 4:30 is our break, and that time you can call us and make an appointment and come and sit and hear more stories about how and what we do. Our intention is to bless America. Our intention is, don't see us Indian brothers. We are Americans. We love you guys, and we are here to serve you.
That's
not to show, hey, we can do something. No. My attitude and my wife's attitude is very, very simple. We are here to serve you, love you, and to make you a hero.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my name, I've never put my name outside till now. I want to keep pushing people, get their talent out and show them what they can do. And we support in every ways to make them a hero. And I have a lot of testimonies. If I start bringing in, that's a huge lot of testimonies.
Yeah. And also the right website would be anniesindiankitchen.us.
Perfect.
That would be the right website. Once they go there, they can see our working hours, which days we are closed, and all the information.
Because there's a lot of fake websites against our websites.
Yeah. So.
But don't be carried away with anything. You can always call Google. You have all the details. And we definitely welcome donations and things, because we are supporting a lot of projects, and we really need more projects we want to do and show people who think they have something but they don't know how to do it. Annie's is the best place to come and check with us. We are going to give directions how you can take your dream to be a blessing for America.
Thank you for having us. And I want to really say this atmosphere is so beautiful. I like the studio so much.
Isn't it awesome?
It's really nice. Like it doesn't like it kind of makes you feel like I don't feel like I'm before a podcast. It's more like we're talking across the table.
Good.
The lighting is good, the atmosphere is good, the way it is designed. Hats off.
Yeah. I just want to really. What is your name actually?
My name is Woody.
Woody.
Yes.
You know, Woody is
Thank you.
put in a situation he has to hear every story, whether he likes it or not likes it. But I'm telling you, he will be one of the richest man in different knowledge and understanding and intercultural because he's doing the recording.
That's so true.
Yes.
And thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time and your thoughts. And you didn't push us. Okay, you need to talk only 5 minutes and things like that.
Thank you so much.
You can do anything you want to bring the story more beautiful and colorful. And also, we have started very recently a media company.
Oh, yes.
And that's another next goal. We want to do the same type of programs. We want to call people and encourage them and tell them how they can do things different for the community.
Wonderful. Well,
Thank you. God
guys.
bless you.
Yeah, thank
so
you. And you
much.
guys have a wonderful day.
Of course.
Have a
thank
wonderful
you.
day. You too.
Well, if you guys want to learn more about our chamber, you can call us at 540-586-9401, or you can visit our website, bedfordareachamber.com, for more information about our mission and the perks of becoming a member. And also on our website is a full directory of our membership, which is helpful for finding all sorts of amazing things in the region, including Annie's Indian Kitchen. But that's all for today. Thanks so much for listening, and keep an ear out for the next Chamber Vibes podcast.